Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Rusted Garden Homestead. Today is all about starting your fall garden. I'll be doing a series on this if you want to subscribe. I want to go over the 10 plants that I recommend for a fall garden and how to seed start them, get them started now. A lot of you may have your summer crops still out in your garden. You don't have room for the fall weather crops yet. That's okay. You can get them started in seed flats. But it's really important that you keep in mind that when you're starting seeds outdoors in black plastic and the temperatures are in the 80s and 90s, you got to do something different. We're going to actually keep these in the shade. If not, this can happen. These are paint liners that are black and they sat outside for just for a day in the full sun, and you can see how they melted and warped. So when you're starting in flats like this, a full day's sun, 90 degrees, will actually cook your seeds. It's going to get too hot. It's just not going to work. So I'll talk more about that in a second. I wanted to go over the 10 plants that I recommend for a fall garden, and we'll go right down the line. Right in here I have arugula. I'm dropping in 3 or 4 or 5 seeds. Lettuce, 3, 4, 5 seeds in there. Cilantro, a lot of people don't know cilantro is also a cool weather crop. 3 or 4 seeds into there. We're doing red Russian kale. It probably won't get to maturity. I may get some leaves, but I'm actually planting the kale, so next year it'll come in early in the spring. It's going to flower, produce buds, and I'm going to eat those. Some more lettuce. So we have arugula, lettuce, cilantro, red Russian kale. Definitely peas. I have sugar snap peas on the left, snow peas on the right. You want to use larger trays. I sell these at my seed shop. Actually, I sell all these supplies at my seed shop for seed starting. For peas, put 2 in there, and they will do okay in these, but they just don't transfer as nice because the root systems will grow through the bottom and they get damaged. So you want to have peas, definitely beets. So these are beets in larger containers, and I'm growing these just for the greens. Over here I have beets. I have the cylindrica, or the cylindra, and the early wonder, and it's just 1 seed per small cell. And the reason for that is this is actually a pod, so there are multiple seeds in a pod. So these are going to get thinned down to 1. These will be grown for a full-size root. The beets over here are just grown for the leafy greens. Also, highly recommend, and a lot of people don't grow this, it's Kohlrabi. This is purple Vienna, and I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. These are beautiful, tasty plants right in there with the cabbage and broccoli family. They grow in a way that it's like harvesting an apple, and I eat them like an apple sometimes. And there's 3 or 4 seeds in there. I've put multiple seeds in these because you don't want to be waiting around for 1 seed to germinate. We can always thin them later. So that's 7 different plants that I recommend here. And then I also recommend, and I don't recommend starting these in cells. They're going to grow too fast. You can do a pak choi or a bok choy that will go directly into the ground. Radishes, this is the Roxanne that I love. They don't do well from cell to the earth. And also a Mizuna. It's a leafy green with a mild mustard taste. We direct sow those, and I'll be doing a video on that. Alright, so the 10 varieties, going over them real quick. Arugula 1, lettuce 2, cilantro 3, kale 4, kohlrabi 5, snow peas 6, beets 7, and then we got the pak choi, bok choy 8, radishes 9, and a Mizuna. This is perfect for the fall garden. Now, when you're setting these up, pre-moisten your starting mix. You don't want to put in dry mix. It just doesn't work well. And I want to just show you real quick how I set it up. Fill it up and then thumb pack it down. You want a really nice solid starting base. This will help protect the roots. It will hold a lot of water. And then you just go in and you fill it again. This is a nice solid planting base. Now, to get these started, the larger seeds I just press down about halfway into the cell. Just show you an example there. Same with the beets. You can push those down about halfway. And then for the smaller plants, I just take, or smaller seeds, I just take a stick and I mix it down 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. I've done plenty of experiments on the depth. It doesn't matter that much. Just get them under there, and then once you mix them in, press it down. So let me do that and I'll come back, finish this up. All right, after you press the seeds in or mix them in, you want to come back with some more starting mix and just put it across the top. So let's go over some general planting tips. Number one, this is 50% peat moss, 50% earth. It's not like you're starting indoors where you just need a seed starting mix, so you can go 50% peat or coco coir and any other earth. It's going to hold water, it's nice and loose, and everything will germinate nicely through here. And again, if you don't want to use peat moss, coco coir is fine. There's no fertilizer in here. You don't need to fertilize any of these plants right now. Maybe a water-soluble fertilizer later. And I just wanted to be clear because I get asked this a lot. You don't need to start them in the seed flats. If you got space, I cleared this out over the weekend, you can direct sow right into the ground. You can put in your fall weather crops. I still recommend those 10. And if you're interested in picking up the seeds and supplies from my shop, I am running at 10% off until Sunday midnight of this weekend, and you just put in the code fallgarden. I'll put that in the description too. Again, start some in flats, start some in the ground, but it's really time to get your fall garden started. Now the heat of the summer, these are cool weather crops. Cool weather crops like upper 40 degree, 50 degree nights, upper 60 degree, lower 70 degree days. So with all this heat, they're going to actually germinate really quickly, and sometimes they rush to produce flowers. That's why we're not going to put the pak choi, the bok choy, or the mizuna into these containers. That heat from the sun, they're going to get about this tall and start to flower. They're not going to mature. They're going to go into the cooler earth, maybe in a shady area. All right, so we have these set up. We're going to water them in a second right at the end. They're going to germinate in 3 to 5 days. These can stay in shade the entire time. They do not need the heat of the sun or the sunlight to germinate. You want these to stay as cool as possible. Now, when do you start them? So it's going to vary on zone. You can start anywhere if you're in the colder zones, later July. If you're in the warmer zones, mid-August. And in my zone, Maryland Zone 7, we're going to have, I just wanted to stress really the most important thing. The sun and the heat are not your friends when it comes to seed starting your fall crops. So really please keep these in a protected place. Really good growing temperature to the end of October, so I have plenty of time. Your cool weather crops can also take a frost. I'll be talking more about that in other videos. So this is going to go in a shady area, could go right under the table. Those are actually the seeds that I sell at my seed shop. I also sell all the seed starting supplies, and it would just sit right in there in the shade. Maybe as the sun tracks around, a little bit light gets on there. But they don't need to be in the full sun. These will actually dry out within 2 hours in the full sun. So once they germinate, you want to put them into a place around your house where maybe they just get morning sun. Put them somewhere where they're going to get the morning sun, the sun moves, and that's all they get. They're going to do perfectly fine. Once they germinate, somewhere between 7 and 14 days, we want to get them into the ground, and I'll show you how to do that. You can also fill the trays with water a quarter of the way if you're concerned about them drying out while you're gone. When you're growing outside, having the water in the trays isn't going to matter that much. If it rains and it floods, you're going to have to dump it out, but you can put a water reserve in here. So this is a way that you can start an entire fall garden in 3 seed flats, really. And it's 10 different plant varieties that do really well in the cool weather. I have some space, you can see right over there. So the next video is going to be about also starting these seeds that we're starting in cells directly in the ground. Now, I do recommend you do both. As you're figuring out the timing of when to start your cool weather crops, start some in the containers, start some in the ground, use a journal, keep notes, and you'll be able to figure out when's the best time to really start your fall weather crops. You also want to plant these in succession. For instance, radishes, I'll put some in now. 2 weeks later, I'll put in some more. 2 weeks later, I'll put in some more. This way, you're not getting all the radishes at once. They'll come in waves over a 2-week period. Different plant varieties, that would be something you would do, and I'll explain that more in future videos. So I hope this gives you some idea and some confidence to get your fall garden started, what plants to select, start them in trays, and the next video, if you'd like to subscribe, will be getting them seed starting actually directly in the ground. I also have a seed sale going on right now at my seed shop. You can pick up the seeds. You see some of them right down there. And you can also pick up the seed starting supplies for 10% off right now. Everything at my seed shop is 10% off. Just use the code fallgarden. It's all, I'll actually drop something in the description to explain what's going on. Thanks so much for watching. And again, please subscribe to my channel.